What's up, folks? It's your boy DT 2.0, and today we have one of those luxury items in electronics. I say luxury because the cost of this puts it way beyond what one would pay for it, and I'll talk about that in a few. But today we got the oh so hard to get, but not PS5 hard to get, Apple AirPods Max. I looked up and found this set last night or a few nights ago when the Apple stores update their stock, and I placed the order for express pickup. It took me about 10 minutes in line to scoop it up, bring it back, undress it, try it out, and then now I'm ready to give my opinion because I got a whole bunch of headphones, and I'm real quick to give my assessment of these after having headphones for so many years. Don't we wish it was like that in the real world, right? Just undress it and do things and get these things done and be able to get your opinion. Can't wait till this COVID shit is over. So y'all know the routine. If you're new to this channel, I don't do deep technical analysis, so you won't see graphs and charts or none of that bullshit, no equalizer charts or none of that, right? It is what it is. This is just a review from what a normal consumer will want to know. Someone that just walks in the store off a recommendation or a video like this one that recommends it or not, and then pick it up. So anything I don't cover is either not meant to be covered, or you can just hit me in the comments and ask, right? With that, I'll give you my loves, my likes, my dislikes, and my concerns. And of course, at the very end, I'll give you my recommendation. I'll try to keep this short because it's only headphones. I know I normally do gaming laptops, but I have that on pause for right now until after CES when all the new shit drops, right? We can't wait. I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman for those, right? But unless a laptop I have a review goes on a massive sale, I'm not going to do any, but I'm waiting for those 3000 series cards to hit laptops so I can really start hitting that hard this year in 2021 and beyond. So with that, here we go. Now, I'm going to unbox it for dramatic effect, but just know I've already unboxed this shit, already charged them up, already worn them, put my ears and my head all in them, and then and listen to hours of music on them. So it is what it is. But for you guys who can't get your hands on one just yet because they're not widely available, because they sell out real fast unless you overpay for them on eBay, fucking scalpers. Here we go. So I like the way this box is constructed. This is not just the picture; it's kind of embossed on here. There's some ridges, so you can in the shape of the headphone. So I really like that about that. So let's go ahead and open these up. Right, you gotta love Apple's packaging, right? They always nail it when it comes to that, right? The boxes are always, as you can see, there's some inside to keep it secure, but they always keep their boxes or have their boxes, just the shit, just like Beats used to before Apple bought them. Anyway, toss that to the side. So here they are. Now, like I said, I re-put these in the box. The only thing that I didn't do was place back on the recyclable paper cover that was around the case, as you can see. So it was too much trouble putting that shit back on. So I just put it in the box like this. So with that being said, I'm gonna pull these out the box and then toss that to the side. Well, before I do that, let's toss this to the side and then look what's in here. Right? Boom. It's just like you get an iPhone. You get some instructions, right? Oddly enough, I don't see no damn stickers in here. What's up with that, Apple? Ain't that some bullshit? Anyway, and then you got your lightning to USB-C cable that's in there, and then that's it, right? Nice box. Toss that to the side. Anyway, so here are my Apple AirPods Max headphones. The only other thing that's on these headphones when I pull these out is the paper on the ear cuffs, and boom, just like that. Toss that to the side, toss that to the side. I'll clean up later. And here they are. As you can see, they're already powered on. I already paired them up to my to my iPhone and my iPad. I love the way especially with Apple products, the way they pair to, if you pair them to one, it pairs to all, and it works. When they say that if I pick up my iPhone, it switches, and then if I pick up my iPad, it switches back, it fucking works. It's amazing how that works and how it knows, but obviously the sensors that are in the cups and the sensors that are in the pads and the iPhones, it's pretty good the way they implemented that. So anyway, so here's the case. Real simple, nice suede in the inside, or feel like suede in the inside. What is that, velvet? And then all the rest just feels like a cheap iPhone silicone case that you overpay $50 for, but you can get on Amazon for cheap. So I'll put that on the side, and then here they are, right? So looking at these, I like the way they're constructed, right? I like the all of this, even though it looks like plastic, this shit is metal. Like if I squeeze these, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere at all. You have to actually put some effort in here to squeeze that. So it's real sturdy. This netting, I got my own issues with this netting right here that I'll talk about later. The ear cups, they're soft. Doesn't feel like good memory foam, but it's supposed to be memory foam. And then I like the way you can just replace them. So if these shits get ate up or or bitten, or your dog tore them off, or you lost it, you can just go online and overpay $69 for another set. But they just snap right back in there, and both ear cups come off. Right at the bottom, you have your mic and your mics, because there's plenty of mics on here. I think 8 to 10 total, and then you have your surprisingly your lightning cable insert. I thought this would have been USB-C, but anyway, at the top, it basically looks like a damn Apple Watch, right? Look at that, right? Look at that knob right there, and then the button. Same, and then you got another mic, another couple mics at the top. So the thing I like about this construction is, again, it's nearly all metal, and then the smoothness of this. But anyway, before I get too deep into that, y'all know what I do. My loves, my likes, my dislikes, concerns, and then my recommendations. So let's get to the number one love, right? Number one love is the construction. Apple knows how to construct pieces of art. The MacBooks, when they first went all aluminum, the iMacs, when they went to a new design, the various iPhone redesigns, and now this is no different. Whether you love it or hate it, their designs are well thought out and executed with near perfection. I have no doubt this first iteration went through that same process, right? I love the way these headphones are built. The magnetic removable earpieces that I took off earlier, genius, right? To hold the side of the cups right here, right? It's like holding that same cold steel on your iPhone. And the good thing about this, right, is boom, no fingerprints, right? So if you get those like a black set of Beats or something like that, and you touch them, fingerprints all over the headband and fingerprints all over the ear cups, you won't have none of that shit here, right? This matte gray or matte space gray right here, just like on the iPhone, great, right? These things are built like a tank. The adjustment of the headband, nice and smooth, no sound. Nice and smooth. I love it. I love it. This shit is unmatched. I've never seen a set of headphones that were constructed like this, right? And I love the way they are constructed. I have not seen one company do it like this just yet, right? Except those heavy ass Beats Pros that came out years ago that squeeze your fucking head until your eyes was popping out your head. And I got a set of those, so I can speak from experience. But I bet since Apple did this with their headphones, I bet you that we'll be seeing some companies start implementing something like these, and you'll see a couple of knockoffs also, right? That was love number one. Love number two, the active noise cancellation. Holy shit, Batman. I'll be scared to wear these things outside because I'll probably get hit by a car, right? 8 mics in these headphones dedicated just for noise cancellation. And that's a no shitter, right? You can barely hear anything, even with no music. I'll put these on par with the Sony headphones when it comes to this, right? Sony was killing the game with this, but I think Apple was watching them. Apple was in the corner behind a tree, looking at them, licking their lips, rubbing their hands, talking about, I got you. And it looks like they got them, right? It looks like they got them. I thought they wouldn't be this good because this is basically version 1.0 of over-the-ear headphones. But to me, they nailed it on the first shot. Seriously, active noise cancellation, definite love. Love number 3, the controls. I love the way they implemented the controls, right? Who knew that jacking the Apple Watch for its controls will work on a set of headphones, right? The rotation of the knob is smooth. The click of the button It's nice and clicky, right? This is for the turn off talk through and turn on noise cancellation. It's clicky enough. They're both responsive, and once you get used to them, where they are, and then the rotation of knob, which you can change in the settings, you get used to them fairly quickly. Folks are gonna hate just because it's Apple, but I used to hate Jordan, when he used to play basketball. All right, not because I hated him personally, but he used to beat the hell out of my teams, right? People hate Apple because of this. So they're going to hate these headphones in general, right? Well, Apple's in the headphone game. They just jack beats for their technology. Well, yeah, they bought them for enough money so they can, right? Whether beats go away or not, I don't know, but, like I said, I used to hate Jordan, but I respected his game. So you guys that hate Apple, you can hate them, but respect their game, because I guarantee you sooner or later, somebody else is going to come out with a set of headphones that are constructed and look just like this. I think these probably look like a pair of headphones that are way more expensive, right? These Bang & Olufsen's and these other, it's kind of like the watch game, right? Where you got these watches that I used to see overseas that I had no idea that they existed, like Constantine, Vercheron, and IWC, but these watches were in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Anyway, so unless you find a set of headphones like that in those price range that are way higher than this, and I'm sure they are, right? I'm pretty sure Apple studied the market when they priced these headphones, which I'll talk about later. But at the same time, their controls are great. The way they implemented it, the way they constructed it, right? That's, I have no words for it, right? I have no words for it. Very simple, very simple. Anyway, that's all for my loves. Now on to my likes. So my like number one is actually something that I probably should have talked about first, but I saved it for my like, right? You would think that for a pair of headphones that cost as much as these, which I didn't mention yet, that the sound quality would be in the loves, but au contraire, right? I like to call myself an audiophile, but I'm not the best. Everybody has their own way, the way they adjust their sounds on their headphones and their speakers. Some like a lot of bass, others like a more balanced sound, but I'm in between the two. But above all, I like clarity, and these have clarity. I can say they're like a mixture of a set of Bose, which lacks bass in my opinion, and then some Beat Studios, which has too much bass, and at a certain noise level or a certain sound level, it becomes too muddy. These are nice and balanced and not in your face, ruining your damn hearing, right? It can get a little bit too crisp, but that depends on the music app that you're using and the bit rate of the audio file, right? Some are better than others. But overall, the sound quality is good, right? Borderline great. That's why it's in my likes and not my loves, right? I can put it in a lokes. So let's just call it lokes. Not a like, not a love, but a LOKES, a lokes, because it's right in between there. And it's just the price that's just keeping me from pushing it to a love, right? Because you can buy other headphones out there that sounds just as good for way cheaper. But again, like I say, we'll say that for another section of the review. Anyway, my second like, the battery life. 20 hours of listening, folks. I did take a couple of hours to charge, but a 5-minute charge, as per their specs, says it'll give you one and a half hours of listening time. I have to believe them, right? I've tested these with the longevity of the 20 hours, and they are right on par. They are what they say they are. There's nothing worse than being on an airplane and your shit just give out. And now you got to hear not only the engine noise, but if they have a baby crying on board, you got to deal with that, and you got to cancel Christmas, right? Now you're going to be pissed off the whole flight. So luckily, again, with the quick charge, the 5 minutes for 1.5 hours, and then, unless you're going overseas, you shouldn't need more than 20 hours of listening without having an outlet available, which most flights these days have outlets available right then and there. It just depends. But battery life, definitely like number 2. Like number 3, the talk through. Right, we've already used talk through when if you've had the AirPods Pros, right? You've already dealt with walkthrough. Now it's even easier to turn on because all you do is just click the button right here, right? That's it, right? With the AirPod Pros, you kind of like had to grab the stem and hold it for a second. With these, it's just instantaneous. As soon as you click it, it turns it on or off, depending on how you look at it, right? You don't have to take these off to hear somebody speak if you don't know what the talk-through feature is, right? When I'm at the airport and they're starting the board, I just have to pause my music, and sometimes the voice of the announcer is amplified a little bit, and I can hear it a little bit more clearly with the talk-through. I loved using my AirPods Pros in the airport because of that feature, and I can't wait to try it with these. I tried the same talk-through features on Sony's, and it was not as good, to be honest with you. I was looking at TV when I was, and there's kind of like a delay in the sound when it goes through the mics and gets to your ears, because I can still kind of hear the TV, and then I'm hearing the talk-through. Yeah, it was just a whole clusterfuck, right? And to be honest with you, I'm not all on Apple's nuts right now. I'm just giving y'all the real, right? I am an Apple guy. Obviously, I have a watch and a phone and an iPad, but I also have a lot of Samsung shit too, right? I like to call myself a tech reviewer, so here I am reviewing some technology. Apple just seems to have the newest kid on the block right now, right? But that's all for my likes. Now on for my dislikes. Here we are. You knew it was coming. Dislike number one, take a guess. It's fucking price, right? Let's just get the elephant out the room. The price of these were high AF. With tax and adding a protection plan to Apple Care, these came to a PS5 and some games. Really, I'm fucking serious, right? $588, mainly because of my 10% military discount on both the Apple Care and the headphones themselves. But if you're a regular consumer, if you don't have a discount, you're into the 600s, buddy, right? You're into the 600, which is crazy for a set of headphones. $550 is too damn high, and all you really have to do is love Apple or just have the money to waste to buy these headphones, right? So, unless you do have the money to buy these headphones or you really, really love Apple, like I said before, then you would buy these headphones. But if not, nah, I wouldn't, right? What they say, if you're tricking, it ain't tricking if you got it, right? So if you got the money, go get them. If you don't go get them. Go get the Sonys, right? But really, I would have to say that these should have been about $399, but we have to pay that Apple tax at the end of the day, and that Apple tax for these headphones is new. It came out around Christmas time, so you already knew they was going to try to maximize on that. Now everybody running out, spending that damn stimulus check to get either a PS5 or a set of these. Yeah, I brought it up. I did. Dislike number two. Swipe this motherfucker right here, right? I don't like this case, right? It just feels like a cheap knockoff case that you buy from a third party to keep things light and tight, right? It's a little magnet in here, but that's about it, right? Nothing special. It's just silicone, right? With a little bit of, Alcantara in the inside, right? Nothing that really says, wow, this went on a $550 pair of headphones. No. Right? It doesn't protect it as much as I like, and you need to have it. You need to have it in order to actually put these things to sleep or into a low power mode for effective charging. What the fuck is up with that, man? Come on, right? They got to do better than that. I could see third-party manufacturers and accessory makers licking their chops and rubbing their hands like Birdman, like I said before, to trying to make a case that'll completely cover this. I've already seen a couple of ads on Facebook already, and they probably heard me talking about it out in the open, but here we go. But this case, unless Apple's already planning on making a good case, which they probably are, these third-party manufacturers are going to kill the game, and you're going to find these in the trash somewhere, right? Or in the box until they're ready to be sold, right? But they have to do better than that, like I said, right? They have to do better than that. If I keep these, then that's definitely the route I would take. I'm definitely going to fucking go and get a third-party case to put these in and keep them nice and protected. So when I toss them in my bag, when I am on a flight or I am traveling in between, in between one spot to another, then they'll be well protected in that bag. But until then, this brassiere right here, nah, fam. Anyway, let me just go do one more thing. Let me put them in a case. All right, let me do this. So put them in a case. All right. So if you are traveling with these, now you got to hold this motherfucker like a purse, right? Not saying anything about purses, but I wouldn't want to be caught dead carrying these expensive ass headphones like this for, that it bang against something, or this shit to get worn out at some point or other from me carrying it, especially this netting right here, which I'll talk about in a few. But anyway, don't like the case. Dislike number three, and I just said it, this netting right here, right? I don't know. It's tight. Don't get me wrong. It's tight and it's soft, and it probably was done for comfort. As you can see, it's raised to a certain, I don't see if I can get that on camera. It's raised so it provides some sort of padding, but I would have recommended padding right there. I don't know if they did it for weight or for look or style or whatever, but I would have actually put padding right there instead of this netting right here, which this looks like once it gets ripped, it's cancel Christmas, because it's going to start just over time. It's just going to start ripping across, right? So you now, since it's not covered in this case and you have to hold it while you're transporting, it's going to get worn out sooner or later. And that's the main reason I paid the extra 60 or 50 bucks for the Apple Care, because I'm pretty sure this should be covered, and I'll be able to just take it back and fucking have these clowns. I ain't gonna cuss them out like that, but have these folks swap them out and give me a new set or fix the headband. You know, at least what they could have made this where it's replaceable, like they made the ear cups or something like that. But I don't like this headband. You know, like I said, it probably was done for comfort or for weight or whatever, but I would have just rather padding there, right? You know, I don't work at Apple, and I don't know what their thought process was behind this, but I just don't like it. And that was my final dislike. Now on to my concerns. Concern number one, and the only concern I have, because I don't have really big concerns, because they're only headphones, right? All right, there's not too much to them, right? Noise canceling mics to use for talking on the phone, simple controls, and the sound quality, right? Pairing was easy. But the only concern I have, and you've probably heard it while I've been handling these headphones, that these ear cups are metal, right? So when I pick them up, see that? They're clanging together, right? So when I pick them up to put them in the case, they clang. When I pull them out the case, they clang. Over time, I feel that that's going to have some rub off or some scratches, or if you hit it hard enough, it's going to have a dent there, right? So just be mindful that if you get these $550 headphones, that they're going to be clanging together. And over time, even though it's not doing anything now, but over time, that's going to wear and tear, right? Hopefully that's covered with Apple Care. But this just something I noticed while handling these, right? So just be mindful of that. You know, so be mindful that when you spend your $600 stimulus checks on these, you don't want these scratched ass headphones when you try to resell them. You know, I'm just joking. Folks, use your stimulus checks for whatever you need. Just make sure it's for the right reasons. Anyway, on to my recommendation. So, do I recommend these for the average consumer out there looking for some decent sound quality with quality construction? And to be honest with y'all, and y'all know I'm gonna give y'all the real, I'm gonna say no, right? Unless you can afford it. Like I said earlier, it ain't tricking if you got it. So if you got the money, by all means, go get them, right? If you got the money, you like Apple, you like the way these things pair to each of your devices, by all means, go get them, right? But only if you can afford it. Now look up the term afford before you say I got $1,000, so I could spend $600 and have $400 left. So yes, I can afford them. No, that's not affording, right? Just look, I'm not going to tell you guys how to spend your money. I never have, never will. But make sure that if you could afford these, go get them. If not, my recommendation is to wait 3 to 6 months when they start showing up used. The demand is not high, and you can catch them on eBay, and people, are second guessing their purchases and can't bring them back. And then you find them on eBay for a cheaper price, or you find them on Apple's website refurbished because people brought them back for the price range that I recommend, which is the $350 to $400 range for a brand new set, right? If you've never bought anything refurbished from Apple, when you get their refurbished products, this shit is brand, no bullshit, with the exception of the box, which is just sometimes it's a plain white box. It's brand fucking new, right? I think when they do the MacBooks, which I bought my 16-inch MacBook through Apple's refurbished website and saved myself about $800. The box was plain white, but they completely changed the outside covering or the metal covering of the MacBook itself, and not a fingerprint on it. Not only a scratch, not a fingerprint on it. So I have no doubt that they'll do the same thing with these. They'll probably change the ear cups to make sure that there's no scratches, especially from the clanging, and make sure the buttons and the mics work, and then make sure this netting is nice and firm, and you'll probably get a brand new set of headphones for that $300 to $400 range that I would pay for some headphones like these. So just be mindful of that. Be patient and be mindful of that. Either that, or get them from Best Buy, but you never know what kind of condition you'll get them at Best Buy used, right? So sometimes they lie about this shit. But that's a complete story, and it's a whole nother story in itself. Anyway, if you have any questions, hit me in the comments as I try to answer as many questions as possible, unless they are answered by somebody else. But other than that, thanks for watching. This is your boy DT 2.0. Peace. I'm out.